Alright, so most of you guys, I think it's good time. Go back over to carbide motion. Open up Carbide Create, do what I gotta do, and then when I'm ready to cut, I go over to my machine, turn it on, connect to my cutter, jog my machine, click continue. My X and Y 0 are already always set because of my fence, so I just go ahead and redo my Z with a probe each time. So I'll go ahead and rapid position it over the current XY. I'll set my probe up on top of the material and then not overlapping the corner on top, and then I'll go ahead and reset my Z with everything hooked up, and I'll probe the Z only, and then I'll go ahead and click done. It'll bring us up to this this page right here, and then what I'll go ahead and do is I'll open up a new Carbide Create here to see if we can do it without closing the video down. Let's see if we can do this without closing it down. Alright, so we got a new one opened here. We're going to go ahead and open up that last file that we were just working with. We're going to go ahead and go over to Toolpath. As you can look down here and you can see some stuff has changed down in the bottom corner here. It says show simulation, save G code, and now we have send to carbide motion. So what you can actually do is all this stuff is set. Go ahead and verify that they're both the same end mills, 201, and we got a 201. So we can go ahead and send them in tandem. We don't have to go ahead and separate the G codes or disable one. Say if this was a V bit up here, I would disable the profile cut, let the V bit cut, go do my tool change, come back in here, enable, and then disable. We can go over that with another actual cut on a later day. So we're going to go ahead and send this over to Carbide Motion. We click this and we can see our stuff is already loaded right up. And you would just click run and start. Your machine will be ready to go. And that's the simplest way that I can tell you guys to do it. Say if you started and you ended up seeing a problem, you could go ahead and stop the machine. Just click right back over to Carbide Create. Say your depth was too shallow and you needed to do, say, 0.485 to get your full depth of cut. You could go ahead and here change that real quick. Say this was already cut out. Actually, that would be the same. So we'd have to edit that out. 0.485. And then we come in here, move that back up. We want to cut the inner profiles out first. Because if we go ahead and if we cut out the outer profile first, what would happen would be when we go to cut the inner stuff, your stuff is going to be all slapping around. I don't use tabs on this because the way I have it all set up, the pieces don't move. I don't get any bites on the material. It just leaves it sitting there and we're good to go when I run my G code. So you could go ahead and fix that. You can send it back over to Carbide Motion, and if you can look, see now it says 2. And you could rerun that, and it would basically clean everything up. Now if you wanted to do one more for you, since you already cut this stuff out and you've only got that onion skin left, what you could go ahead and come in here and do is do a full depth per pass. So you do 0.485 depth per pass, and it would go ahead and clean up that that whole pass in one. It wouldn't do ghost passes basically. So you come in here and edit your depth of cut per pass. So we're going to go ahead and do 0.485 once again, and it's going to do it in one pass, and you see it speeds things up. So you're only going to be going through these toolpaths once instead of the 2 or 3 times it had set to do the initial before. And then you can go ahead and send that right back to Carbide Motion. See, now we have 3 loaded up there. You go ahead and run it. The machine will go through, cut all that onion skin off, whatever you had left, and pop your pieces out like no problem. That's the easiest way I can tell you guys to do things without saving a bunch of G-code. This is my preferred method when using Carbide Create. Really like it. It's great for doing signs that often change. Say you do a family sign, family name. It has the Hendersons one day, and maybe a couple hours later it's got the Johnsons. You can just go back into the same file, just change the name, resend the code, and you don't have to save all these unnecessary codes, is what I'm trying to get at. Because you get clients, you could get hundreds, thousands of different files, and if you don't clean them up, you get yourself in trouble real quick. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys picked up something. Thanks for watching.